everyone, my name is James, and today's video is going to be about IELTS speaking. I have been working with students preparing for the IELTS, specifically with speaking and writing, for about 2 years now. So I have some really good tips and some things that I've learned over the last couple of years that I think will be very nice to put into a short video for you. So if we look at what I have on the screen right now, the first thing that we need to understand is how you are graded. So the way that you're graded is very specific. They have four things that they're looking for. They're looking for, number one, fluency and coherence. This is a little bit general, and it includes about 5 things. And I've put them here so you can see them, of course. Number one, slow speech. They are definitely looking for you to speak at the normal speed. So try to practice speaking at a normal speed. Um, Number two is confidence. If you sound unconfident, this could result in them assuming many things, like that you don't know any more words to say, or that you are just generally confused, or maybe that you don't understand them. So even if your English is very good, but you sound very unconfident, this will have a very bad effect on your grade. The second thing that they consider is lexical resource. This is about vocabulary. For this, I will recommend my website, EnglishBarrierBreaker.com. I have many PDFs where you can learn specific kinds of vocabulary related to one topic. For example, the law, or the environment, or money, or celebrations. If you try to just learn more vocabulary, you will probably end up not learning much of anything. Number three, pronunciation. Don't worry, they're not looking at your accent. They just need to be able to easily understand everything that you say. If it's very difficult to understand you, they will remove some points. Number four, grammatical range and accuracy. This is actually not as bad as it sounds. If you can just use a few good pieces of grammar, this is all that you need. If you use too much elaborate and advanced grammar, it will actually go against your score because, above all, you need to sound like a native speaker. If you're using extremely advanced grammar and it's not very natural, then this will go against you. So, my tip is to practice the present perfect, passive voice, and reported speech. There will be many opportunities to include these three pieces of grammar into your answers. Number two, use what you know properly instead of using what you don't know improperly. For example, if you don't know some kind of grammar, don't try and use it. You need to be extremely confident in the grammar that you're using. For example, if you use very basic grammar in your whole test, but you use it correctly, this will be so much better than trying to use very advanced grammar and messing it all up. So don't use it unless you are 100% sure that you can use it properly. This will help you so much. So now that we understand how the test is graded, we need to understand how we can improve. I have organized 6 activities that I recommend to all of my students. Of course, number one, I really need to recommend italki. I am an italki teacher, and you could find a teacher like me who knows everything about IELTS and can tutor you. Or you could find another person like yourself who is learning English, and you could work together as a team to help each other. Tip number two is to write your answers to an IELTS speaking test. You could find many websites with IELTS speaking tests, but I personally, um, I like Engu. Engu has real speaking tests that have been used in the past. And some of the other websites, they have a lot of good sample tests. Okay. Tip number two is to write your answers to an IELTS speaking test. You could find some really good IELTS speaking tests at ngu.com. The benefit of writing your answers is that you can really slow down and force yourself to use some of those new vocabulary words that you're learning, or try out some new grammar. And you can look back at your answers and see how they went. Maybe you can find some mistakes, or maybe you can find some things that you really liked about your answer. Tip number three, read challenging or difficult articles. Now, sometimes the New York Times might be a little bit too challenging, but I really love Engu Daily News. Engu Daily News is great for a few reasons. Number one, they allow you to filter the articles by topic and by level of difficulty. So, like I recommended before to learn new vocabulary, you could choose a specific topic and find hundreds of articles. Now, another thing that I really like is at the beginning of every article, before you start reading, they have a vocabulary lesson. So you could learn usually about 5 or 7 vocabulary words. Um, Now, my next tip is to pick 10 new words that you learned and force yourself to write a creative story with them. It is much better if you write a crazy story because these words and these sentences that you're using, they will be stuck in your head and you will absolutely never forget them. Now, tip number 5, this is probably the best way to improve your grammar, and it's completely free. Pick an international grammar book. I recommend Betty Azar, which you can find for free on WordPress, and skim through the book, go through all the different parts, all the different grammar that she teaches, and you will definitely find some areas that you need to improve on. The really great thing about this book with Betty Azar is that she has many activities. Like maybe half of the book is activities and half of the book is explaining the grammar. So this is probably the best free resource that you have for improving grammar. Number 6 is shadowing. If you don't know what shadowing is, um, number 1, it's a great way to improve your pronunciation. And number 2, more specifically, it is when one person, like me, or English with Lucy, um, will read something and then you repeat, but you try to mimic the way that we speak. And this will allow you to not only improve your pronunciation, but if you want, you could practice using our accent. So, if you use these 6 tips, I guarantee you will definitely improve your score. If you have any questions or if you have some tips, please leave a comment. And also, if this video helped you in any way, uh, please give me a like. Um, Thank you for watching. Have an awesome day and good luck in your IELTS. I believe that you can do it. Bye bye.